You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to, I don't know what the hell this is gonna be. This is mainly just me feeling stupid because I thought I would try something new. I thought I would try to better myself, almost, in a sense of the word. Um, Ultimately, I disagree, with the end result. And I feel really fucking weird looking right now. And yes, it is a physical thing. You guys want to see it? I don't. But here you go. I'm fucking hideous, dude. Wow, this looks. I hate the fact. Oh my god, I look terrible. Oh my god, get me off the screen. Oh. Fuck, okay, I'll get the back here. Oh my god, I look terrible. I look so bad. I. Oh. I can't. I have to move. I have to get out of here. I have to get out and don't go back there. Okay, now. Uh, Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is me. If you haven't noticed anything different, I shaved. And there's two reasons I did it. One, because I really did think that it wouldn't look that bad. Don't freeze, please don't look at me. I'm a fucking monster. I look terrible. I look actually god awful. For those of you who do not know, and this is reason number two. I didn't think it would. Well, I guess there's maybe three reasons. I didn't think it would look that different because for those of you who've seen me before, I have very. I don't grow facial hair very big. It don't grow big, so it's been basically the same thing that it's been for the last couple of years on my face, which is just like I was going for the chops, and I wanted them to connect into the stash. I wanted like a nice freaking like 1800s oil baron look to my face. That's what I wanted. I really did want that. I can't stop. It's disgusting. Look at me. What the hell is this? What is this face? It makes like my face feels so much bigger. I don't. My lips feel naked. I feel like there should be like I need to like draw a mustache on my face. I was about to grab a Sharpie, and I look so stupid. Soup. At least Soup doesn't care, right, buddy? Right, bud? You don't give a shit. You don't give a shit at all, do you? Yeah, thank you. He has no idea, and probably most of you don't either. I don't think this is gonna. I don't know because no one ever really noticed that I had facial hair. Like whenever I was at work or like anywhere or even here, I'd look at the camera and be like, "Oh yeah, it's barely there. You barely tell a difference." If I just did this, I feel like I'm a monster. I feel like I even did these. I did the burns too, man. Those things been growing for who knows how long because I never bothered to shave there. So they were actually the longest things on me. Now everything's gonna be the same, and that's the thing I was kind of going for. But reason number three, from what I've been told, if you shave the spot, it'll grow back a little better or a little bit thicker or fuller or faster. I don't know, but this bit right here, these little like right where the mustache and the chop should connect, barely grew any hair. So I was like, okay, let me start shaving these, and then maybe we'll be fine. And then I thought, fuck it, let's just rip it. I can't look. I feel like a different person. I feel like this is not me. This is not me talking. Why are you here? Get out of my house. I look like a fucking goblin. I look like I'm demented. I'm insane. At least with the face, like, I had some like depth to my face. Now I just look insane. I look so disturbing. I hate it. I really truly hate it. I didn't think I would like. I was always like on the fence of like shaving it off just to let it grow back a bit better anyway. And I was like, nah, because I liked it. I like the chops, even though they're barely visible for most people. Some of you might not have even noticed that I shaved. And the stash, like it's whatever. It's barely there anyway, right? No, I feel horrible. I feel nasty. I have not been this shaven since like 4 to 5 years ago. Um, and it's terrible. And I always shave the chin. The chin would grow, and the chin grows fairly quickly and consistently. The chin and the neck, they like to grow. That's what I like to cut. So it likes to grow. He's not so much in this. I don't think I've shaved it in like at least half a decade. Ooh, I've like trimmed before, so like I'm not opposed to the idea of it. I want it to be like a nice uniform. I don't want it to be too big. That's the thing. I don't want like giant ass chops. I just want like, how it was. I miss my baby. I miss my baby. I killed it. I put it in a freaking I put it in a blender and I killed it. Oh. So all this to say, this is me. Hi. I just took a shower as well. I'm not like sweaty, I swear. Although I feel like I should be. This is like there's parts of me that are like, it's fine. But then I get up here and I really hate it. Like even with the stash, I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. I've made such a critical blunder, I don't think I could ever recover from. It took me like 5 years to grow that. I don't know how long it's gonna take to regrow it. Hopefully it's at least a fifth of that. Hopefully like a 20th of that. I want it back like by next month. I'm not touching anything here ever again. This was a mistake and I hate it and I regret taking the advice from people older than me who have bigger beards and gave me the wise sage wisdom that I thought was wise and sage and is actually terrible. This does not work for me. Look at my face. I'm gonna pull up. Oh, thanks, camera. I'm gonna pull up a picture of me with the facial hair, and look at how much better that is. If you disagree, I don't care. I really don't care. In fact, I actually have a picture of me half and half, which I'm not gonna pull up for you. I'm just gonna show you on my phone. Yeah, this is me. I do have a shirt on, and there's no reflection. Good stuff. Feeling just absolutely Okay, this is terrible. It's a terrible. What's it doing? It's like there's blinders coming down. Listen, I'm not that ugly, or you don't gotta censor everything I do. I'll just put the fucking picture up. There you go. Put the picture up. There you go. That was me half and half. And knowing I regretted the decision immediately. So yeah. I feel absolutely disgusting. And I want it back. I want it back so bad. I have no other way of explaining it to you other than this needs to come back soon. I can't look at myself. I'm also gonna come back to streaming soon. I swear. I just that's not the important thing right now. The important thing is this, and this is terrible. I can't begin to bear this. Ugh, it's so wrong. All right, well, everybody, have a great rest of your day. I hope your day is good. My day is horrible. Um, Tate Night Talk Show. We could just roll into that. Let's just roll into that. Why not? Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Tate Night Talk Show. Woo! Everything's crazy. Everything's spinning around. Whee! Do I have enough space? I have clearance. I just barely don't, but I do. Ow, my toe. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Tate Night Talk Show, I guess. Oh, I don't want to talk like this. I feel this. I genuinely hate it. No, like when my face is not crinkling or like none of these dimples, it looks okay. It looks fine. If I saw me out in the public, I'd be fine. Then I do this. I smile. I look like a fucking menace. Look at me dead on. I look fucking deranged. It's so wrong. It's so wrong, and I genuinely, especially again, here is the main bit here. This sucks. This is terrible. I was like, oh, my mustache is kind of growing out a little long. Maybe, fuck it, why not? Everything's growing out a little long. Mistake was made. Mistake was made, everybody. But hey, we're here, and I do have a different topic to talk about. I'm not just gonna look at myself. At least I have these still. This is all I've got. This is all baby has anymore. I need to look at a picture of myself first. Do I have anything on this computer? I have tons. I have literal tons of freaking images of myself on this thing. So much so I opened the tab twice, like a freaking idiot. Pictures. Camera roll. I almost don't want to see it. I'm almost embarrassed. What is this? I look at myself. I'm hideous. I'm hideous. Oh man, that was me, guys. I don't know when this picture was taken. I don't know why this picture was taken, but let me get it up. Let me get it up. No editing. That's how this series works. There's no editing. Um, let's just, how do I do a picture? Hope y'all are doing well while I figure this image. Found it. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Look at what happened to me. Look at what I did to myself. This didn't happen to me. This was a man who saw the world and took it by storm. And this is the man you see now, after the after the storm subsided. I may have come out the other side, but I'm down one stash and chop deluxe edition. Oh my, look at me. Look at me. This was great. I look exactly how I was hoping I'd look. I mean, maybe I could have had like a little more going. Again, it would have been nice to be fuller, but at least it was there at all. I can't look at myself. I can't look at myself. I have to look somewhere else. But there's nowhere else to look. I can look here. Do I look okay? Shut up. My God. It likes to talk. The phone likes to talk. I don't know if you guys knew that. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it with all fiber of my being. Let me tell you. Come on down. Come on down to my level. Ninja Sex Party Tour was fantastic, by the way. If you haven't seen that episode, me talking about that, go watch it. I look more normal. I want to look at myself talk. I miss it. I miss me. I miss me, man. This isn't me. I didn't even brush my fucking teeth. I meant to do that while I was in the bathroom. This is such a crime and a shame and a room and a shame and a shame and a room. Where am I? Where? Mute the desktop audio. You don't need to hear me talking. I just want to see me talking. Oh, that's me eating a freaking thing of corn. Oh, man. Oh, I miss it. I miss it so bad. You have no idea. But at the same time, I miss it. And also, it's not that. I mean, it is very. You can see where the color just disappears from my face. I look so good. What did I do to myself? Okay, it's fun. It's fine. It grows back. That's another thing that I did it for. It grows back. It all grows back. Mine just grows back a lot slower than everyone else's. I'm going to keep you all very updated. This is me. This is me. This is me zero. This is me 0 days after shaving. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely hideous. I hate it. This is the worst feeling that I've ever felt in my life. I hate it. Don't tell me if you like it, because it won't make me feel bad. I'll only hate you for it. So, yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Fuck you if you like it. Why am I going on my phone? I think I have a topic. I thought I wrote about it. I didn't write about it. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Oh God. I'm actually just gonna close the camera. I'm minimizing OBS. Hi guys, it's me now. I should just do this forever because now I have nothing else to look at. Close my camera roll of how I used to look. Close everything. All I have is I don't said Xavier, Xerneas, and Eveltal. Eveltal? Eveltal. Evil! Eveltal. Evil and tall. That's genius. They should have thought they should hire me to figure out the words. But God, oh God, it feels wrong. I just feel bad. I feel bad for myself. Comment that you feel bad for me. That's what I want to hear. But yeah, last week, this story is about, as you'll probably tell from the title, I'm gonna jump scare you with the shaving, and I'm gonna hit you with the title of I guess power outage chaos. Power outage chaos. That sounds good. And this took place at work. This didn't take place in my home, thank God. And I was going to talk about this last week, but I had the concert that I wanted to talk about. And that took precedent. But I'm literally looking anywhere but this is good training. Hi, everyone. This is my face. This is my disgusting, shaved face. Get a look at it. Hate it, like I do. Oh, God, I'm not going to look forward to seeing this. But yeah, so this took place on a Tuesday. Tuesday night, I was at work, working the night like I always do, because I love my good night shifts. I love a good night. I feel like I should. I love a good night shift, and everything that I do at night is fantastic. Things were going well. We just got our delivery and stuff the day before, so everything was, riding good. Everything was fine. We're putting stuff away, the usual business. Until around, I want to say 5:30, probably a little before 5:30. So we'll call it an even 5:30. When we're just putting away cosmetic stuff, like makeup and whatever. When I don't necessarily see, but I feel the room get dimmer. And this is a big store, not like a Walmart big, but it's a retail store. There's a lot of room, there's a lot of light, and I feel a sudden dimming. Not like enough to make the room feel dark, but like enough to be like, I feel like I'm casting less of a shadow on this wall that I'm sitting in front of, putting frickin' Maybelline on the wall. And I was right to assume that, because I turn around after a while. It wasn't extreme enough for me to even turn around and be like, oh shoot, some of the lights are turning off. The lights turn off anyway. Our electric people, what am I trying to do? That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, I just spat everywhere. Okay. This is a bad idea. No, we'll press on. We'll press on, everybody. I'm never going to look at this video ever again. How did I look years ago? I need to feel good about myself. I need to look at myself from a past time. I'm sorry. I know I was right in the middle of a story. I can't. My brain is dysfunctional. Oh, God. It took me so long to get here. This was 2022, and I had barely anything on my... Oh, it's going to take me so long to grow this back, y'all. This is an actual freaking nightmare. So I see me with, like, barely anything on me from 3 years ago. This is going to take me so long to get back. Oh, my God. What have I done? What have I done to myself? I really don't know. I am... Well, maybe. Because then by, like, October of 23, I had at least the semblance of it. So it'll still probably take me like a year. That's nice. That's good. That's good to see. I'm trying to get like a nice close up of my face. There we go. See, that looks. You know what? This might not take that long. This might not take me a couple months. I think this was good. I think this was good. This was like peak me with some facial, but like obviously it's not super thick. So I just need to get it on, and then I can feel the joy. Because then like another month goes by, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty there. I mean, it took a while to get like this thick, at least in all of the parts. But I think give it some time. It was barely thick to begin with, anyways. I'm looking at myself in October of 2024, and it wasn't much to look at. And again, it's not like I had much facial hair. I'm gonna be real. I didn't have much to begin with. But having any made me feel good, okay? So can we just, for 1 second, appreciate me? Where the hell was I? Yeah, so the lights were getting dimmer. I apologize for this. It's gonna happen again, I promise. But so the lights get a little dimmer. And eventually I turn around and notice that the lights are a little, like not just the lights are a little dimmer, not only a couple of lights, the entire, like, strip of lights going like up and down the middle of the store was completely off, and some other lights were getting low too, and we just got our lights changed, so I assumed that was what the issue was. I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing for them, man. They just put these things in, and now they're already breaking, they're already stumbling and rumbling. What a bunch of idiots. They don't know what they're doing. So I don't really think much of it. I didn't even like text my manager like, hey, the lights are going out. It's kind of stupid and sad. So the power goes out, and I see the lights, and I'm like, I don't think much of it. And then I go to just do my other bits of my job, and eventually I'm sitting with a customer trying to help them navigate like our online whatever, just a bunch of hoopla there. When I notice one of the computers next to our like main register was not on, and I'm like, oh, that's strange. And then like the Wi-Fi is acting really slow. I'm like, oh, that's also strange. Lots of strange things happening all at once. And lo and behold, I go back towards our pharmacy section because we do have a pharmacy. Not a big one, but it's a pharmacy, and they are really hitting the brunt of this because they are completely without power. They have like nothing. Like their computer, two of their computers were on, but none of them could connect to anything. None of the printers were on. It was a nightmare. It was an honest to goodness nightmare for them. And they're trying. And now that I see this issue, I'm like, oh shit. I actually have to figure this out. It isn't going to just be a little thing. It has to be a big thing. So I'm like, all right, let me go to the back and check all the power stuff. And the pharmacist comes with me. And I'm like looking at the boxes. I'm like, they seem fine. And he's over there like pushing on all the switches, making sure everything's on and everything. He's being prim and proper about this, and I'm like, all right, listen, I'm not trying to electrocute myself because I'm too scared to go near a power circuit box because if there was a problem, one of the fuses could be faulty or like loose or something. I'm not about to freaking shock myself to death for my job. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. I'm gonna let the professionals do that. Let the professionals die for their job. I'm not a professional. I'm a freaking idiot. So we go back there. Everything seems fine, and I'm like, all right, I'll just call like the service channel or whatever. It's fine, it's whatever. And it takes a while to get on the phone with them, only for me to realize I called the wrong place, and I have to call the actual service channel, which takes a second to get to me again, but it eventually does. And I explain the situation. Hey, this is really confusing. Like a third of our power is just gone. The rest of it works fine. Our registers were working great. The pharmacy was not. Some of the computers were starting to turn off. It was weird because it was like a slow descent into madness because the lights went off first. Then I see a computer go out in front of me. Pharmacy's gone. And as the day goes, more things turn off. I'll explain that in a second. But I got on the phone with them like, hey, a bunch of our stuff is just randomly not working. Can you help figure this out? And in the middle of this call, I'm in the office. I'm in our main office sitting. I'm like, hey, listen, this isn't working. Nothing's working. I'm on my phone, thank goodness, because everything but the light in our office goes out while I am sitting there. The main computer, the printer, obviously, because it's connected to the printer, the telephones that are in there, everything is just went poof. And I'm like, huh? I go out in the office. Everything looks good, all the same as before, which is mostly okay. And I'm like, okay, this is getting more and more deranged. So can you get here fast? And they're like, okay, well, we put in your order and everything. It'll probably take us. You said you guys close when? Like 10 o'clock? Okay, well, we'll be there at like 9:30, 10. You guys good with that? It's like 5:30, closer to 6 at this point. And we're like, are you fucking kidding me? Not to the person. I get it. I get it. My pharmacist did not get it because he called himself, and he was not happy. But I get it. It's whatever. What are you gonna do? So we had to wait for a while, and as we waited, more things went off, and more things came about. Some of our registers stopped working. One of them just turned off completely, and eventually got to the point where the service, whatever, that holds keeps our registers online wasn't working because the main computer went out. It was all connected, and now the main computer was out. None of the registers were working, so we couldn't even check anybody out. We were a useless store at that moment. We became a place to loiter. There's nothing else you can do but loiter in this place. So we just pushed everyone out and said, you gotta go. There's a power outage. And they're looking at us like we're deranged, because most of the lights are still on. The music playing is still on. The registers look open, but they're not, because we literally can't do anything on them. So they're all useless. Like, things are not ringing up correctly. Barely anything works. You can't pay. None of it worked. Nothing was working. So to that, we couldn't help them. But looking at us, it, like, from an outside perspective, it looked like we could do stuff. So after we kicked everybody out, well, one at a time. It wasn't like a big, hey, y'all gotta leave. It was like, hey, we're having a power outage. You gotta go. And they're like, huh? The light's on, idiot. What do you mean a power outage? And eventually they all do leave. And as I'm trying to write a sign to say, hey, we're closed, more people try to enter the store. And at this point, I'm letting my manager know. And oh, this happened on April Fool's Day. That was the biggest thing. I was hoping that my manager or somebody was just messing around with like some power bill or whatever. I don't know. I thought maybe someone was goofing. But no, they weren't. And I was messaging my manager this, like every time something turned off, what happened, and he thought I was joking at first, but then he came by the store and saw, oh yeah, this place is a disaster zone. So that was great. And by the time he got there, our main coolers for our frozen food turned off, and our ice, all that turned off. So those were basically as good as dead until we got the help we needed, which wasn't going to come for a while, which was nice. And that also kicked on the brain of our pharmacist, who was there still, even though none of his stuff was working. He could have left, but he didn't, because he's a good pharmacist. And he was like, oh God, the fridges. There's like a fridge or two with like fridge medication, stuff you gotta keep in the fridge, stuff that if not kept in a fridge for a certain amount of time goes bad and can't be used, and basically gets anyone fired for not handling that correctly. So he was freaking out, and we're basically just trying to help. We don't know how to help. We're trying to help. He's like looking around. We're trying to find like an outlet nearby with power, so that way we could. Eventually, what happened was we plugged in like 4 extension cords into each other, so they could reach all the way back to to their part of the store, and then they could plug that into a surge protector, and then they plugged all the things into that. So it was like a 30-foot long orange wire with a little fucking dingy surge protector on it that was keeping everything alive in the store back there. Good for him to think about that. We didn't think about that. But it's his job to think about that, so that makes sense. Yeah, his stuff was good by the end of by the time it had to be, which was great. Just more things were turning off. Another register turned off. Just some more lights were shutting down. I go to the back room. The most of the lights are just kind of going on and off. Like things would go on and off occasionally, just out of as if it was a normal thing. I really thought we might have been haunted for April Fool's Day. I don't know. It was insanity. It was truly chaos. And eventually there's a point where my manager leaves. He's like, all right, well, you're gonna be okay with like waiting this long? Yeah, I was scheduled to be here until that time anyway. What do I care? I don't know. He'll figure it out. And he's like, all right, well, we're gonna go. And he goes. And around this time also, he brought one of his friends he was with, and they were showing really interesting, is a strong word, pictures to me and my other coworker. I won't tell you what they are. I just figured I'd mention that he was showing some weird shit. Just like iFunny level memes and interesting pictures that I will leave there. But yeah, so they go, and I let them know the situation. They won't be here till whenever. And they said that was like the latest time they'd come, but then they called a little later and said, hey, we're actually basically gonna come later than that based off traffic right now. It's gonna be like 9:45 if we're lucky. And I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. It's gonna probably take them a while to fix this, I imagine, or it's gonna be the easiest fix in the world. I don't know. But we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and more things go wrong. I go into the back room, more lights are turning off. Our box crusher is like getting just enough power to where I can like turn it on and like it makes a sound, but it's like a lawnmower not being able to start. It's like it's like that, but for a giant ass box crusher. So I couldn't use that. And we were putting away stuff out of boxes, so there was a giant freaking pile of boxes by the end of the night. It was intense. It was crazy. And the worst thing probably that happened was eventually, and I didn't even notice because my sniffer was pretty bad. One of my coworkers was like, "Hey, the back is starting to smell like an electrical fire," and I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" The pharmacist is still, well, he's like, "What the hell does this mean?" Um, and we go to the back, and they can already smell it, like, just before they even head into the back room. But I have to, like, step firmly in there and be like, what is this? Oh, yeah, that does not smell good. I think we might die. I think we might be dead. And we assessed after walking around and seeing if it smelled stronger over there or smelled stronger over here or over back that way. We assessed it was coming from an industrial sized heater air unit thing. It wasn't like just a heater, it also blew cold air. I don't understand. But it was big and it was on the ceiling, basically. It was hanging from the ceiling. And we didn't know what the fuck to do. We were like, oh yeah, I think this thing is, maybe it's like, I think I thought, I don't know if we thought this, but I thought that because the power was going crazy, it was constantly trying to turn itself on and on, and because of that, it was maybe starting to strike something rough and nasty in there. Um, so we tried our best to turn it off. And first we didn't know. We tried finding like a breaker for it. We couldn't find one to save our life. We didn't know how to read those things. And so eventually one of our like the same coworker who noticed the smell noticed that there's it's literally a fucking on and off switch on the wall for the heater. Which I couldn't even see until like a minute of him pointing at it and like leaning and like, it's right there. If you look right, I thought he was fucking pranking me. It's April Fool's Day. No, he was just being sincere. There was a switch, and eventually it was high up, so I had to like grab a pole. I had to grab a big broom, like the big long, like swishy brooms, like a janitor has, and I tried to weasel it around some pipes and shit, and eventually I got it. It took like 2 minutes, but I turned that thing off. And eventually, as the night went on, the smell faded. The smell was very strong until then, though, and I had to go back there a lot. So I might be a little brain dead, but I've always been a little brain dead. I did this to myself. I'm just gonna open OBS real quick. Oh god. Oh god. What's wrong with me? Why would I do this? Why would I do this to myself? Ugh, it's really gross. I really do not like what I look like right now. Oy vey. Okay, well, either way, everybody. But yeah, so we do that for a while. More things, smaller things turn it off, a couple more lights, another cooler turns off. Well, there goes that food. And eventually, like 9:45 hits, and he's still not here. Like 9:50 hits, he's still not here. No updates, he's still not here. Like 9:58 rolls around, like right about when we're supposed to close. And there he comes. His giant ass truck with this giant little crane thing on the back. Like, oh, all right, guys, let's do this. He's all alone, and he is trying to figure out where everything is. He comes in. He's like, all right, where's their breakers and stuff? Make sure everything's good there. And I thought I, as active manager, was supposed to show this man around, and I probably should have. Probably, generally speaking, should have. But someone else took the job there. That was our pharmacist. The one thing about him that I think is hilarious is he is very hands-on with everything. It doesn't matter what it is, he's hands-on with it. So the entire time this guy's trying to like go to the back and like see if the breakers are on and off. Like he's opening the box and trying to like show him like, look, these are off. Like even as he's trying to check the switches, he's like, yeah, these are all working. Look, I did this before, and I look at me, I'm doing this thing, and he's like, I even turned it off and then back on to see if it would flip a switch or something. And then the guy's like, you should never do that. That is a horrible idea. That could make things significantly worse if you turn it all off and then turn it all back on. That could set like a really bad fire. And he's like, oh. Didn't really acknowledge it. Just went, oh, and then called it there. That was, oh god, I'm opening things. I'm just trying to make sure that time is good. But yeah, so he's potentially did some bad stuff. He didn't know. I would have done the same thing. Takes us to a spot outside. And out there he assesses the problem. There's like a weird big meter on the side of our store, and it has like has like an A, a B, and a C thing. And for whatever reason, the C was not working. The A and the B were just perfectly fine, but the C was wrong. It was off. And this is I think one of the funniest parts. I'm not gonna tell it funny, but it's funny to think about. He is like, he's got these tools that like he puts one end on the thing that like and one thing on like a I'm assuming like a grounder or something, because he touches them two together and then the thing he has lights up and says, yep, this thing's working, touches to the C one, completely dead, not even an ounce of hope, it is gone. And our pharmacist, he's standing like right with him. Like imagine you are the box, here's the electrician doing his thing, the pharmacist is like here, like, hey guys, what's going on here? He is constant. Once he's done doing that little shtick with the sticks, he's like, the pharmacist for whatever reason wants to understand how this works. It's like he's in a class. So he's standing there like how did that thing, if you touch it there, shows you how this thing is working. He's like pointing at it, he's getting ready to like touch it. And the entire time, this guy, the technician, is like trying to like not like force him away, but like moving his hand, like don't touch that, stop touching that, don't go near that. That could kill you. That could shock you and it could kill you. And he doesn't fucking give a shit. He's like, what was this? How did that make any sense? And he doesn't want to believe the technician. He's like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I'm a pharmacist. But how did you do this? I don't understand. And he is going ape shit. It's like a freaking Abbott and Costello bill, right? Oh, don't touch it. I want to. Oh, don't touch it. And it was hilarious because my coworker is in the back laughing at it, and eventually he moves from that position because he's determined the problem, and he's like, oh yeah, I can't fix that. What are you talking about? And so he sets up a thing with our provider of the electricity to fix it, because what happened was a transformer on the big pole got knocked off somehow. Like it was completely like unlatched and like it didn't fall on the ground, but it like fell, like it's like dangling off of the pole. And I don't know how the hell that happened. Maybe a bird hit it, maybe a kid threw a rock at it. We have no idea. We still have no idea, but it happened. And we are told, all right, listen, hey, sometime tonight, most likely tonight to the next morning, they are going to come out and fix this. Usually they don't even like tell you about it. Like once you put in the thing, they just kind of do it and they figure it all out from there, and it's great. And we're like, okay, cool. So we don't have to do anything else. We can go home. Everything's fine. We don't have to stay. He's like, yep, we got it all figured out for you. No worries. We even start making fun of the pharmacist as he goes away. He's like, oh, don't touch it. He's like, oh, what's this do? We're always making fun of him, having a good laugh. And we all go our separate ways. And I go home. And we're like, okay, it's all going to be fixed overnight into the morning. I'll come in tomorrow afternoon, and it'll tomorrow evening-ish. And it'll all be great, right? You're so wrong. You're so utterly wrong. Not even like half an hour into me being home, I get a phone call, and I'm like, oh shoot, this is crazy. What's going on here? Pick up the phone, and it's the people that I called in the very beginning. It's the people in the beginning I called to fix the issue instead of people who the technician worked for. They call and say, hey, how's it going? You know how we said we were gonna put in like the thing for you so that way like they could come to your place of work? Yeah, it's better if you do it. It's just better that way. No reason why, no context. We're like, okay, well, the guy said that he would, so he's going to still, right? And they're like, we haven't asked the technician just yet, but it's better if you do, because then if you both did it, then it's gonna go even faster. So you guys should both do it. All the while, this guy in the back is telling her what to say to me, and he's making it sound like I'm 5 years old. He's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna go up to the big old pole. We're gonna go fix their power. We can't do that without their permission, or like they have to do it. It's their pole. Yeah, it's their pole. We're not gonna go up on their pole. That would be really bad, or just a bunch of bullshit, basically. And it's like, then why the hell did we even call you? Why did we call you? Okay, whatever. You told us the problem. We can tell the problem to our provider. All is good. And I'm like, all right, because this guy's probably did put in the information, and I just gotta put in a second one. Whatever. They call our provider for our electric, and I tried to do this, but for whatever reason, they insisted on an account number. For the sole reason I can only assume for billing, I imagine they wanted to know who was going to pay for this instance of electricity oopsie. And that was what they wanted. So they needed an account number. And I didn't have an account number. I just worked there. I'm not the guy who owns the building. So I just listen, I ain't no shit. But I know where this building is. I know the address. I know the location. I know everything about the area. Just go fix the pole. and and they just said, no, we needed the account number. Tell your manager to call us, and we'll try to, maybe he knows the account number. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh, whatever. Good night. It's like 11 at night. I'm tired. And I text my manager, like, hey, they, I had to call them. They don't want me. They need information I don't have. You have it. Maybe. Good night. And I leave it at that. And I wake up the next day, and nothing, no calls, no messages, no nothing. So I imagine everything's fine. Well, nothing from my store. I get a call at like 7 in the morning, though, which wakes me up, from the same number, so I know it's these freaking people again. Not like from the company, or the electric provider, the maintenance people company again. So I get a call from them, and they're like, hey, yeah, we wanted to make sure the store was good. We tried calling, and we couldn't get to their. Do we wake you up? Because I'm like, hey. Like, I'm like, not like, I'm not like, but I'm like professional but tired. And they're like, oh, did we just wake you up? We're sorry. And I'm like, yeah, kind of. It's fine. I'll call the manager. It's cool. Or I'll let the manager know. I'll see what's going on. And they're like, okay, cool, bye. They hung up fast after. I was like, I'll figure it out. And they're like, okay, great. I don't have to deal with this. And I don't even think I did message him. I think I went back to bed for another little bit, and nothing from my manager. I think I texted him, and I got nothing back. So I figured everything was good, everything was fine and dusty, and I waltz my ass to work, and like 3 o'clock rolls around. I'm basically there, and I try to walk through the door, but the door doesn't open. And I'm like, oh, that's strange. And then I look up from my gaze at the floor. It was a really sexy floor. I look up, and my sign from last night is still there on the window. They did not come in the night. They did not come in the morning. They still did not arrive. And I let myself in because I have keys. And they're like, what? I'm like, what the hell happened? And my manager's there. And apparently, he didn't know the account number either for our store. And so they called a higher up. And the higher up didn't know the account number either. So they called another higher up. And this chain went on for quite a while. It went for an unbelievable, undisclosed, because I don't know how many people work at the higher up. But they called a lot of people, and no one knew what the fuck the account number was. So we literally could not open the store. There was nothing we could do. The same amount of power was there that wasn't there before. It was just a mess, and we're trying to find an account number. And we're like, this is insanity. This is ridiculous. How are they can't, like, if the pole collapsed into the street, they say contact them immediately. But then they were like, they tried just reporting it as a pole falling, just get someone here to fix it. And they're like, we still need the account number. We can't help you without the account number. If a pole collapsed in front of me on the walk to work, and I tried to call, hey, a pole just went out, what's their account number? How the fuck do I'm a civilian? I don't know. Why do you need the account number to fix a pole? It's full of electricity, about to shock a bunch of cows and myself. Another cow. That's mean. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous policy. And so for the first couple hours of work, I just bumbled around trying to do work in semi-darkness, but mostly fine. It was just mostly I couldn't do anything except like stock some stuff I knew where it was. I couldn't look it up in the system because the system was down. So yeah, that was a cool first few hours of the shift. But eventually, around like 6 p.m., around like 5, they finally get somebody to come out and fix it, like an actual fixer people, which confused me the first time, because when the first maintenance guy came out, he came with a truck with a giant crane thing and on the back and everything. Everyone looked like he could be able to fix it. Like, basically the same kind of truck, but under our service provider instead, came and loafed around for like half an hour until eventually it went up to the pole, and it took maybe 3 minutes total for them to first turn off everything. So we had no power for a while there, which was cool. No lights. We were just watching outside, like the show was about to begin. And one by one, the dude does them all off, and then he just takes his big pole and goes whoosh, click. Some of the power comes back on. Quick, some more power comes back on. Same situation we had before. He gets to the last one, which is the one that was the issue that was bad in the first place. Click. The power, baby. It comes back. It comes back to bite. And it's fine. It's fine. Everything's back to normal. We do our little claps, our applauses, everything. We noticed the pharmacist isn't with us. Apparently he was outside the entire time, asking what was going on and trying to get a closer look. This son of a bitch was literally trying to be like as close to the truck with the crane on it as possible. Probably being told, don't touch the truck, don't touch the truck, don't touch the truck. For the entire half hour. But eventually it comes back on. And the power's on. Everything's great. Yippee! Woohoo! Everything's going cool. Things are finally starting. We could figure out what the hell we're supposed to do with the rest of the night. But not quite. Because, pharmacist comes back in and we're just making sure everything's still up and running and working, finally. When the system still refuses to turn on. Like, the computers are all turning on, everything's great, but, like, our main, like, Wi-Fi system, like, the online, the stuff that we need to do all this stuff, wasn't working still, so no one could still do anything. And we're like, what the hell is what's going on here? Me and my manager are, like, unplugging, replugging the computer and everything, trying to make sure everything's working just fine. And I see a button on a thing that I normally see lights on, that there aren't lights on. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should hit this. And he's like, no, that's just the backup battery. You don't need that on right now. I'm like, okay, well, why didn't it work to fix this in the first place? He's like, I don't know. So, fine, I won't touch it. And we just keep looking around for a while. And eventually, like probably 15, 20 minutes goes by. And he's down there, and he just hits the button that I was going to hit, which turns on the internet. It was our online stuff that I needed to hit in order for everything to go on, which was nice, knowing that I could have just fixed it, but instead we took an extra like half an hour just bumbling around like a couple idiots, and eventually it all goes back online. We're able to do our shit, and I spent the entire rest of that shift just damaging out soggy food and throwing it away. That was great. And then I had to close for like 2 nights worth of stuff because I couldn't close last night, and I had to close this night. I had to close for 2 days. 2 days in 1 day. It was crazy. It was hectic. It was crazy. But yeah, really crazy shit. Really wild time. And I thought for a second that everything was going back to the way it was because I went to go use the baler again, the box crusher, to like crush boxes that were all back there because there was a lot back there, and it still wasn't turning on. And it took us a few minutes, but I finally realized that while we were back there, he turned off everything related to the transformer thing that got knocked over on the pole. Sadly, when they turned it all back on, it wouldn't like go fucking apeshit crazy and all turn on at once and just go crazy. So we didn't turn those back on. But we turned them back on, and everything worked just fine. So everything was ultimately very great. So a crazy day, very crazy day. Oh, God, I can't look at myself. Which is weird because now when I do this, I feel like the same person. But when I do this, and it just feels wrong. It just feels wrong, and I miss it. I miss the hair on my face. And what's so wrong about that? Oh, I look gross. Get away, get away. Get away, I'll see you in the outro. But yeah, so that was the power outage chaos. It was a lot more crazy than I led it to believe. It just seemed like more thing like the bathroom lights went out, so we had to pee in complete darkness. Which apparently some of my coworkers just refused to do. They didn't pee until the lights went back on, which doesn't make much sense to me. And then one of them took a break right as the power went back on. We fixed everything. So I had to deal with a flow of customers who were trying to get in over the past full day because it went from 6 p.m. Tuesday to 6 p.m. Wednesday. Had to deal with a bunch of more people than we should have. And then I didn't take a break because I was like, yeah, we have a bunch of shit we gotta do. So that was nice. But otherwise, it was just a normal day. And then the next day was normal. And the rest of this week has been pretty normal. So everything's going back to normal, which is great. Love that for us. And yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Welcome back to This Week in Retail, everybody. We love This Week in Retail. I want to bring that back as a more recurring segment. I'm bad at writing stuff down. I really just am bad at writing stuff down. And that's all she wrote. I look so nasty. Like the chin is fine. I can look at the chin. If I just look at my chin, my bare chin, everything is great. But then I see this is gone and I want to cry. I almost didn't cut these because I was like, those might have taken who knows how long. But I was like, you know what? Let it all grow back in kind of like a uniformity. I also didn't really see if they were like this like level or not. Kind of just ran it. I don't know. Oh, it looks so gross. I need this chin. I need this. I need these here. Either way, everybody, this has been the Tate Night Talk Show. Power outage, fun times to be had, and this. This is what you're gonna see on this channel for the foreseeable future. And I'm sorry. But I'm not gonna shave another minute of any of this. So whenever well, except for the chin and the neck. But everything's coming back eventually. I hope it's soon. It better be soon. If it's not soon, I will cry. I'm not even joking about that. I will cry. As long as this comes back, I'll be really happy if this comes back fast. This can grow out a bit slower. I'd like for it to be back because I missed my cheek fuzz. But like, it's whatever, you know. I'm like a guinea pig. But yeah, God, this is a mistake. This is all a giant mistake. Ah, God, nasty. But maybe here's hoping this all makes it come out even better than before. I can't stop looking. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna be able to look at myself ever again. I'm not taking any pictures of myself ever again. How do people live like this? With a shaved face after not being shaved, especially. Like, I see people with shaved faces, and I'm like, they look normal. They look great. Some people are made for hair. Any amount of hair. This is one of those faces. This right here is one of those faces. If I don't move my mouth, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad if I just don't move my mouth so much. So then I start seeing my face do all its face things and just all the crazy stuff. I'm gonna leave now, everybody, before I start crying at the camera. Goodbye, everybody. And cut. That's a good idea.